Dawson Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for Mashin Sentai Kiramager episode 41. So this was kind of a silly, fun episode where the main premise was the monster turned the civilians and the Rangers into pseudo-cats, except for Yellow, Blue, and Silver, who were the ones trying to solve the problem. And so based on the preview and the general premise of the episode, it seemed like it was just going to be kind of a fun, dumb filler. And it definitely had that stuff in it. And when the episode started, I was thinking, okay, this will probably just kind of be a funny episode. How could they possibly make this one important or meaningful? And they somehow managed to do it. I sometimes feel like I'm overhyping and overpraising Kiramager, and maybe to a degree, but it still surprises me that episodes like this would wind up having something meaty in it. I mean, to be fair, we are in like the endgame territory of the last stretch of episodes, but in most other Sentai, this episode would have just been about the cats. And I just fear overhyping it because I don't want people to get way overhyped and then check Kiramager out and be underwhelmed. And I'm not saying this episode was a masterpiece, but yet again, it's almost funny, like almost a meme. Like Kiramager makes you think it's going to be a stupid episode completely, and it has something important in it. And there was funny stuff with the cat bits. Like, that's what I liked about it too, is in addition to having some important stuff, I did find the episode to be legitimately entertaining. Like, there was some dumb stuff, like, you know, that I didn't think was funny. I'm like, oh, that's just stupid, you know, because, you know, humor is subjective and some stuff will land, some stuff won't. But there was some funny stuff in it. But it wound up being surprisingly meaningful because it draws a parallel right from the beginning between Crunchula. I'm calling him Captain Crunch. Not that I don't know his name completely, but I just have had to deal with him so little that I just call him nicknames. So, Captain Crunch is like upset that his monsters have been uninspired, and he's basically hitting monster creation writer's block. And then you have Juru, who's drawing, and the other Rangers are like, "What are you drawing for me, cartoonist?" And he's like, you know, sometimes guys, I just draw for fun. And they kind of talk about how, you know, it's good to have a passion, and when you do stuff as an obligation, it cannot be fun. And I can't believe it took 41 episodes for me to draw the parallel between Juru and Captain Crunch both creating things for the team, because he's been creating monsters for the marksman and stuff. And then you have Juru, who creates the designs for the mecha. I cannot believe it took me this whole time to realize there was a parallel between those two things. And basically when Juru gets turned into the cat ear thing, he sort of follows Captain Crunch like a animal that wants a new owner. And then they end up creating stuff together, and they draw a parallel between them being two creatives and having fun with it. And it was like some dumb scenes, but again, I was surprised I didn't notice the parallel, and I surprisingly liked it. I kind of wish this would have almost been brought up earlier because it definitely seems rushed. Because I feel like Captain Crunch has just kind of been like the base villain who has like a singular bit and hasn't had a whole lot to him to this episode. But I appreciate for his send-off episode, it felt kind of meaningful. And basically while all the other shenanigans is going on, they're like creating together, and Udana's like, what the hell, this stuff isn't important. And then they kind of defend each other, and he wakes Juru up, and she's like, you're working with a Kiramager? It's treason then. Are you threatening me, Master Udon? At the end of the day, after Juru, you know, frees himself, he frees the other Rangers, and they do the real Meower Rangers. I want to see the real Meower Rangers. And this was funny because there's been like a reoccurring bit throughout the whole series that whenever there's some sort of specialized episode or storyline, the Kiramagers will do a specialized roll call for it. In addition to Kiramager already having a very unique roll call pose. And I like that reoccurring bit. I think that's cool, and I think that's a nice just little special thing, and it was entertaining. And then part of defeating the monster too is that Silver like drills under the water to defeat the marksman and the monster because cats hate water. And then Captain Crunch gets killed because Udon unleashes the big Emperor Udon and kills him. And like amongst all this craziness, and you're like, meow! And then you have like this somber moment of him just falling into the lake, which is unexpected. And then Juru just kind of reflects on having a good time with him. So again, I'm not saying this episode was the best thing ever, but I was legitimately surprised because I thought the cat stuff was pretty entertaining. I liked that they used it to sort of break down this barrier between Juru and him, because otherwise you probably, I mean, I guess Juru's nice guy Sentai Red, so he probably would feel sympathy for him in the right context. But like the cat spell was a good way of breaking down the barrier to have these two connect. I like the parallel drawn between it, and it kind of draws a sort of parallel throughout the whole series about the theme of creativity and inspiration that is on both sides of the team, I guess. There were creative people on both sides. And that was interesting, and I liked that, and it gave him a memorable exit, a surprisingly somber exit in the midst of a very silly episode, but that also had some funny moments. And, you know, like I said, I was entertained by it, and I was surprised by it, and I think the thing that I liked about it is that, again, I said another Sentai series, this would probably just be a dumb filler, but what makes that even better is that I feel like in any other Sentai series that I was either not liking or mediocre on, I would probably be bashing this episode for being a dumb filler when we're so close to the end of the series, but it managed to give you kind of a fun episode while also doing something that was important to the plot heading into the end. So I may be grading up a little bit, but I'm gonna give it an 8 just for being so surprising. But what did you guys think about the real Meower Rangers? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.